the SoftBank Hawks have steadily increased their win count during their specialty interleague games, firmly securing the top spot in the league before anyone knew it, and manager Kukubo feels a great sense of satisfaction now that the pitching and hitting have finally clicked since the arrival of July. The batting lineup, with the establishment of a cleanup trio featuring Kensuke Kondo, Ryoya Kurihara, and Yuki Yanagita, has shown remarkable consistency, forming a powerful lineup that makes one forget the absence of Hotaka Yamakawa. However, while emphasizing that it is the pitching that is supporting the team's rise, manager Kukubo left a glowing comment about a certain player who is having a breakout season, saying that the term "excellent" is becoming a perfect fit for him. So, in this video, we will touch upon the pitcher whom manager Kukubo praises as a future ace candidate and take a deep dive into his future prospects. Mature pitching that shifts gears in a pinch, leaving former players truly impressed. Immediately after this player, who is having a major breakout season, joined the team, manager Kukubo watched him pitch in the bullpen and told reporters, "It's been a long time since I've seen a high school graduate with this much talent. I honestly thought he was just different." He excitedly added, "It's not an astonishingly fast fastball, but I wondered where he learned to maintain such a consistent release point and balance right from his first bullpen session." The left-hander, who has drawn such praise from his manager, is highly rated by other teams, is being called a future Samurai Japan ace candidate, and has recorded 7 consecutive wins this season. His name is Jun Maeda. This young southpaw is showing a growth curve that has surprised the coaching staff, but the biggest evolution has been the quality of his fastball. With an average velocity of 145 km per hour, his speed is not overwhelming, but he features the ability to pitch into the strike zone with great tempo and a delivery that jams batters. His crossfire that cuts into the inner half of right-handed batters shows the power to pierce the catcher's mitt while maintaining a course just above the knees. Former Hawks pitcher and fellow left-hander Yoshinori Sato is one of those surprised by Maeda's rapid growth. He originally had a diverse array of breaking balls and relied on finesse, but this year, he has the impression of being able to consistently get swings and misses with his fastball. Compared to his first-year average velocity of 140.8 km per hour, he's up over 3 km per hour to 144.1 km per hour this year, which I explain is the key to his breakout. Furthermore, I focused on Maeda's batting average with runners in scoring position and continued as follows. A batting average of .057 against him with runners in scoring position is a figure I rarely see. That's allowing only 1 hit in 20 appearances, so even though he's in his 3rd year out of high school, he understands the clutch situations. He doesn't lose his command when in a jam, either. He's still eligible for the Rookie of the Year award this season, so I really hope he goes for it. As of July 26th, Maeda has recorded 7 straight wins, and he showed his best pitching by overwhelming the opposition during a jam in the game against Lot on the 19th. By pitching ahead in the count, he delivered perfect work, not even allowing a runner to reach second base through 6 innings, but in the 7th, he faced runners on first and third after a hit by Yasuda and a wild pitch. However, he struck out Kota Inoue, whom he'd allowed a home run to in their last matchup, and pinch hitter Sato in succession to escape scoreless, slapping his glove in satisfaction after getting the 3rd out. After the game, manager Yoshi remarked that he clearly went for the strikeouts in that 7th inning jam. "He's starting to look reliable, isn't he?" In this outing, we saw his ability to dominate the game. While offering high praise, he also noted that his approach on days he doesn't pitch is unlike a 3rd-year player. He added that he feels he's in a cycle of climbing toward being a top-tier player, acknowledging that he is ascending the ranks of elite athletes. Of course, manager Yoshi emphasized that he also wants players of the same generation to feel they shouldn't lose to Maeda, hoping to instill a competitive spirit in the team, but he noted that he already takes the mound assuming he will pitch through the 7th or 8th inning. In that sense, he suggested that he is already pitching like a veteran and is a step ahead of his peers. Sawa has been receiving endless praise from former players and coaches alike, but he actually discovered the catalyst for his breakthrough during last year's off-season training. It was a new, simpler sensation that Maeda had captured. In 10 appearances, he has 7 wins and 0 losses. Maeda has posted outstanding numbers with a 1.55 ERA, and he has also recorded 5 consecutive high-quality starts. Games where a starting pitcher goes at least 7 innings and allows 2 earned runs or less, leaving no doubt that he is the top contender for Rookie of the Year. Scouts from other teams say he was already a good pitcher, but his fastball has improved significantly, making him much harder to figure out. Even in a pinch, his control doesn't waver, and he kicks it into a higher gear. I think he's only going to get better from here. They praise him by saying he could become Japan's ace, and former player Nobuhiro Matsuda, noting that he is an extremely difficult pitcher for right-handed batters to face, continues as follows. His arm angle tends to be a bit lower. When he throws a fastball inside from that angle, it's tough to handle, and on top of that, he has a changeup. Once you're down to 2 strikes, you have to be ready for either pitch, but making solid contact is going to be a very difficult task. Despite such high praise, the 20-year-old Maeda is not satisfied with his current status and is known for having incredibly high standards for himself. Last year, he set a new Western League record with 46 consecutive scoreless innings, but he felt he had more areas to improve. In the minors, even if the ball goes right down the middle, you might get a foul or a swing and miss. If you only look at the results, they're outs or strikeouts, but when thinking in terms of first-team standards, he evaluated them as hits or balls that would have been put in play rather than fouls. It's fine as long as I'm getting them out, but when I look back at each pitch of every at-bat, I felt I hadn't reached a level where I could dominate in the major leagues yet. He was conducting an extremely calm and objective self-analysis. Even after the season ended, feeling the need to improve his pitching form and the quality of his fastball, he greedily sought to learn from one of the league's best, starting his independent training in Sendai, where he inherited jersey number 41. Maeda underwent surgery on his left elbow last September and continued training under the supervision of the rehab group until December, but once that was finished, he joined Senga for training. Training together with Senga, he took on a major overhaul, particularly regarding how he uses his body, with the player himself stating it wasn't just starting from 1, but truly from 0. In particular, Senga pointed out that he wasn't using his shoulder blades correctly at all, so to master throwing with them in the right position, he began focusing on this even during catch practice while consulting with his trainer. He explained that the image is that his shoulder blades pop out when throwing, so he needs to pull them down and keep them set. Otherwise, the power from his lower body won't connect. He added that the key to delivering the power generated by the lower body all the way to the final release is to transmit that force without any loss through the core and shoulder blades right down to his fingertips. One exercise to master this, which Senga taught Maeda on the first day of their independent training, was throwing a dodgeball, repeatedly throwing the softer, larger ball along the correct trajectory for distance. Maeda said this dodgeball training was a perfect fit for solving his issues, adding, "It's extremely difficult and I can't do it well at all, but that's what makes it fun." He reflects, "Every day feels different. There's a joy in the gains, like being able to do something 2 or 3 times that I couldn't do yesterday." Even now, this training is incorporated into his pregame routine, and he ordered the exact same ball Senga uses from Amazon. And one thing that surprised Maeda, even though he had vaguely realized it himself, was when Senga told him, "With your current way of throwing, you're definitely going to get injured." He was told by Senga that his form puts too much strain on his elbow, and if he doesn't fix it soon, his current training will be meaningless. That's why he's continuing to pitch, engraving the form into his body even after the rehabilitation period ends, knowing he must always think about baseball to fix it. Maeda was called the greatest masterpiece from Osaka Tuan High School, but his own dream was even higher, to become a pitcher who can dominate in NPB. The desire for the major leagues that sprouted in Maeda's heart. Before the start of the season, Maeda didn't set specific goals like reaching the required innings pitched or double-digit wins, commenting instead that he just wanted to pitch in a way that satisfied him. Beyond the aforementioned Senga, Maeda has also trained with Shota Imanaga, who is active in the majors, and he said, "I hadn't watched the majors or Japanese pro baseball at all, so I wasn't really interested, but by interacting with people going to the majors, I thought, oh, I want to go, and I started watching MLB games. That was the biggest change for me, imagining himself pitching on the ultimate stage." To do that, he first needs to become a top-tier player in Japan, but manager Kakubo hopes that becoming the team's ace is merely a stepping stone for him. He looked even further ahead, stating there is no doubt that he will become a player who carries the national flag on his back in the near future. For that, he needs to succeed not just in this breakout season, but in the years to come, so we look forward to Wakata's future performance. What did you think? Maeda's awakening, with 7 straight wins to start the season, is certainly a welcome surprise for Hawks fans. Ace Moinello is currently sidelined, but Maeda's performance has been such that you hardly feel his absence. That is all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please let us know your thoughts and opinions in the comments section. If you found this video interesting or learned something new, it would be a huge encouragement if you could hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.